It seems like a movie, or maybe even better, like a bad nightmare. The world you knew, the place and the landscapes, the language, the surroundings, the place you call home, no longer existing. Now you finding yourselves in a foreign land, in a place you no longer recognize, different ways of speaking, the landscape unknown, the place uncomfortable. It's a nightmare. The captors now demanding the pressures around you from those that have shaken you to the core, the disorientation at play. You're trying to find your way in this new place. Then you're asked to sing. You are asked to just keep going like this is really not happening, as if you are home, as if this disorientation is not real. You're asked to play a part so that you can appease the forces that want you to forget. What are we to do when we find ourselves exiled, disoriented? When we find ourselves a foreigner in a strange land? It would be easy to do the thing that you've been asked. It would be easy to just play along. Act like nothing's really happening here. Act like you're home. Like this foreign land is not foreign at all. So you're going to sing the songs and play the games and try to orient yourself the best you can because you just want to be positive. The ancients knew something about this experience, a very human experience where we can find ourselves. And thousands of years ago, this community found itself in this place, and thousands of years later, still to this day, many communities, many human beings find themselves in this place, displaced, disoriented, in a foreign land, in a place they no longer recognize. They too feeling the pressure. We too feeling the pressure of wanting to just sing the song and get it over with. So theologians for 2,000 years have been struggling with what are we to do if we find ourselves in this place. And the first thing they call us, it's to weep. First-Plymouth, I know that we struggle sometimes weeping here. But the first response is to weep together. But you know that, don't you? Your heart knows that when you're disoriented and despairing, when you find yourself in a place you no longer recognize, when the language around you is no longer the language you know, when the landscape you can't recognize, and the place is not home, you know, you weep. And we weep together. We not alone in our pain and our grief and our disorientation. We together come together and say, how are we to sing this song? Our tongues thick with tears, our eyes unable to see clearly. Together, weeping together. But we can't stay there. Zen master Norma Wong wrote a series of essays called When No Thing Works. When no thing works. She's speaking at the circumstances we often find ourselves in our lives, individually and in communities, where the things we were counting on, the institutions we were counting on, the frameworks we were counting on, the scaffolding we were counting on, no longer work. And what we can do in light of that, what's the wisdom, in her case from a Buddhist philosophy, but certainly in our own kind of frameworks, we can see some commonalities here. What are we to do when we find ourselves in that place? And the tendency that all humans have, which is to just go along to play along. And so then what should be our response in a way that honors our humanity? And the first thing that she tells us we should do is to root deeply in the web of relationships that we have. To be so fully in place, even in a foreign land, to be fully in place and to begin to thicken the relationships surrounding us, to our family members, to our neighbors, to our co-workers, to our church folk, that we thicken those relationships and get interconnected, that we strengthen this sense of mutuality we have together. When no thing works, relationships are once again primary, as they should be always. Then out of that center, out of that being, out of that thickening of mutuality and relationship and kinship and solidarity, then she invites us to something else. At the 9 o'clock worship service today, our children's choir sang a beautiful song of us together being agents of peace. And there's something beautiful about children's voices. They have a way to draw us in. Their children's voices have a way to bring down our defenses. And so Norma Wong tells us that in order for us to be able to go beyond our current circumstance, we need to look at the horizon. We need to find a horizon. We need to look towards a better place. We need to think about a better future and imagine it. And for me this morning, it came out of the mouth of babes, from little children singing about peace, peace in the world. And she says you have to keep your eyes focused on that possibility. So even though things might not be well today, and even though things might feel like they're never gonna get better, that the horizon helps us keep a clear sight to a future filled with hope, a future filled with possibility, a future filled with flourishing for all humanity, a better future than the current circumstance. And she said you have to keep your eyes deeply rooted in that future and walk towards that future in this new community of mutuality that you have built, or a renewed one. Now, you know what happens when you keep your eyes up like that and you don't pay attention to where you're walking? what happens? You trip, you fall, you scrape your knees. Sometimes you even get a big bad one on your forehead. But she says, stay rooted, stay clear, and look at that horizon. Don't keep your eyes off of it, and you walk. And you walk together all the way into the future. Sometimes you might not see it, but you're paving the way for your children to be able to bear the fruits of it. The ancients wondered, how can we sing the Lord's song in this strange land? I'm here to tell us that we better sing the Lord's song. The songs of hope, the songs of healing, the songs of new life. Oh, we better sing the Lord's song, the songs of compassion and empathy and peace. Oh, we better sing the Lord's song. In fact, I've been thinking about this, and I've kind of pointed towards Tom training. I said, Tom, we need more hymns again. We need to sing the songs. We need Amazing Grace. And we need Great is the Faithfulness. We need all for 1,000 tongues to sing. We need the Psalms. In these days, if we don't, the captors, the ones whose power fights against love and against compassion, get to set the tone. They get to set the songs that we sing. But if we take over the songs and we sing them loud and proud, if we sing these songs together, we keep our imaginations on this horizon of the kingdom of God. First-Plymouth, we know these songs well. So in the midst of this life of ours, in the midst of the circumstances that we find ourselves in, circumstances that other generations of people of faith have found themselves in the middle of these circumstances, more than ever, we must sing the song. Loud, clear, concise. We must carry the tunes. We must keep our eyes on the horizon. Each and every step. Oh, we're going to scrape our knees. We're going to bump into each other. It's not going to be pretty, and it's going to last a while. But we're going to keep our eyes clear and let the songs lead us into a future of hope. A future of possibility, a future of flourishing for us and for our neighbors, a future of love over hate and unity over division, a future where we begin to imagine a better world, not just for us and people that look like us, but for people unlike us, a future that mirrors the kingdom of God. Oh, the pressures are strong, our tongues thick, our eyes watering, our souls weary. But we committed to sing the songs of love, of a deity who became flesh and dwelt among us. We singing the songs loud. We singing the songs together. We singing them to the highest joy. We singing